Hey guys, it's Jen Ernsberger here. What it do? Good morning. It's Saturday when I'm filming this, so good morning, good morning, good morning. I am going to talk today about resurrection. Resurrection for all my Beachbody coaches out there that you have been a coach for X amount of days, X amount of months, X amount of years, and you haven't done diddly squat with this business. This is also for my people out there that were coaches at one point and now you are thinking about doing it again. So this is going to be my story. I'm going to tell you kind of briefly how I started, where I went, and then my aha moment, and then the things that I've done in the last year to allow me, just to kind of give you a little bit where I'm coming from, why this video is inspired, is that in about a month and a half, I'm going to be moving down to Southern California. I'm going to be living in Los Angeles, and this has been my dream. Not necessarily Los Angeles, but it's been my dream to live in Southern California as long as I can remember. And I'm at a place now with my Beachbody business after working it for a year, and I mean literally, y'all, I worked it from April of last year to like the end of July. Fell off in August, came back in September, and then like just fell off until literally February of this year. But I'm at a point where in those 12 months last year, the amount of money I made, I've already made half of that in 3 months this year. And I'm currently making half of what I make at my day job right now. So my husband and I see the potential in my business. Oh my gosh, with this dog. If y'all have dogs, they are just out of control. She sounds like she's tap dancing. But I am making half of what I'm making at my day job, and it's continually going up, and I have enough belief in myself, I believe in the beauty of my dreams, that I'm going to be able to fulfill a fantasy, a goal of mine, of moving to Southern California and being able to do fitness full-time. Through teaching classes, through coaching, through master training, through it all. And I never thought that would be possible. I literally never thought that was going to happen for me. So here's my story, guys. Let's buckle up those seatbelts and let's hope Jen can talk short this today. I don't know. I can't even think. So, okay, where should we start? Okay, so I signed up to be a Beachbody coach in 2009. Before that, I had been a fitness instructor for about 5 years, and I had a soft, shitty body. Imagine the Pillsbury Doughboy, but like in half Asian form. That was me. And I never had muscle definition. I never had any of this. I never had delts that popped out. Never had any ab definition. And I did Chalene Extreme and had amazing results. I got invited to become a coach, and if it's anything I know about myself, when someone believes in my potential, y'all, that's all I need. That's all I need. I'm an easy sell. If you just tell me that you know I can do it and that you're thinking of me, like, I will do anything. So that's what happened to me. I started off really, really good because I had amazing, it's right when Shakeology came out. I had amazing results with Shakeology, Chalene Extreme, and I got people to buy it from me. I got my mom to become a coach. I got a couple other people to become coaches. Like, I would convince people to become coaches. And then once they became coaches, like, I didn't know what I was doing, and I didn't know what to do for them. So we all just kind of sat there and did nothing, right? Like, just sold a couple Shakeologies, and that was about it. Granted, the business was way different than it is now. Like, it's so laid out. It's like, it is literally paint by the numbers to run this business. All it is your consistency. It's all your consistency. That's all it is. It's your actions. Like, they have laid out, it's like literally teaching like a turbo kick or a plyo strength class or whatever. And they're like, here's the structure. Now you learn the choreography. You know, like, no one can learn the choreography for you. So, like, just like this, no one can learn the business for you. You have to do it yourself. You have to stumble. You have to fail. But you have to do something. And so, for me, I wasn't doing anything because I didn't know what I was supposed to be doing. And so, I did this off and on for 5 flippin' years. For 5 years, I dabbled. I would get off my Shakeology for 6 months at a time, and then I would like come back in because I would get fat. I was like, I want to be the Pillsbury Doughboy. So I would like do programs. I'd get really like, fit again and get people all interested. But then like I fell into that trap where I was like, oh, everyone's a Beachbody coach. Oh, no one can afford these programs. No one wants to buy this challenge pack. Like I keep trying to do these challenge groups that everyone's doing, and no one wants to do my group. It really pissed me off. And so, because the last time I tried to do it right before was I did T25 right when it came out, and it helped me lose weight to fit into my size 4 wedding dress. So I was like, oh my God, I am like living proof right now that this works. And I still couldn't get anyone, like people, like I think one person bought it, but they bought it off the website or something. And I was like, I give up. I'm so done with this. What the F ever. And I just let myself go. Like I was looking so hot, so fine. And then I just like the holidays hit like in 2013, and I just let that soft shitty body come back into play. And I was eating hobos. Hobos are like gravy with biscuits. So freaking disgusting. White zombie coffees. Drinking beer every night. Like I went ham, y'all. I'm a fat girl at heart, so I can eat. And so I ended up finding myself like 10 pounds heavier, right? And I mean, it's like you can hide that stuff. I didn't look bad. I just looked thick. That was it. I just looked thick, and I could hide it in certain clothes. And so, I remember going to Southern California last year at this time with my best friend, and I knew I had a PYO training coming up, so I went and took a class from Chalene Johnson, and afterwards, we were talking, because if y'all don't know, I'm a master trainer, and I worked for her old company, Powder Blue Productions, for a couple years before she sold it. So yeah, you guys, I know Chalene Johnson, I'm just playing. But anyway, she was like, oh, how's your business? And here I am, like, so embarrassed. Like, I remember, like, do you guys, like, have that, like, maybe you can relate, like, putting on my, like, your pair of workout pants, they were, like, Nike spandex. My ass was trying to eat my Nike spandex, and my muffin top was trying to, like, escape out of my clothes. Like, it's compression pants, and it's supposed to, like, keep you in tight. Like, my body was like, no! And it was, like, trying to break the fabric. It was insane. And so I just felt really uncomfortable. I felt super wicked chubby, and I just felt like crawling out of my skin, right? And then she asked me that question, and I was like, oh, yeah, actually I'm not, like, I don't do all that. I'm not about that life. Like, I'm a payroll administrator. I'm really happy where I'm at, like, yada, yada, yada. So she planted that seed where I was like, F. Like, the queen bee herself is asking me, what am I doing with my business? So I said, okay. Then Amy Silverman was at my PYO training, and I had trained her 2 years before that in Turbo Kick, and watched this girl go from being like, like an up-and-coming coach to being like in the top 10, making thousands of dollars per week. And I was so nervous to see her because I was fat. I felt like shit. I was depressed. And so I saw her, and I already had these things turning in my head where I was like, okay, I think I'm going to do coaching again. And I will tell you, bless her heart, my girl Fanny, she is someone that I only met a couple times while she lived in Washington. She took my class. She took classes that I subbed. She didn't even take my real classes. And she connected with me, and she was like, randomly one day was like, I want to do Shakeology. And I was like, oh, okay. And so we started talking, and then I upsold her on getting the Focus T25 challenge pack. Super easy, the easiest sale I ever had. And I asked her this really simple question. I said, do you want me to help coach you one-on-one, or would you prefer a group? And she said, a group, please. And that's all I needed. Between Chalene planting that seed in my head, between seeing Amy Silverman, talking to her, crying like a baby, setting some goals, starting to dream big, and somebody that it's like the universe, it's like God, it's like whatever you believe in, pointed me, gave Fanny to me to give me just that little, like that creak in the door that's like, do you want to go through this door? I was like, yeah, I've been through that door like in so long. And so I feel like I woke up. Like I literally feel like I was asleep on my life, and then I woke up and I realized that I don't want to wake up in 50 years and be retired from a job that I had to ask when I could take time off, and then be like crazy wicked old and only have X amount of years to spend on this earth with what? With I mean, like, I get it. I like money, but to me, I know there's a way that I can earn income and I can be financially free to do whatever I want. And seeing other people do it, and I think seeing Amy, for me personally, because I feel like I don't feel perfect. Like, I am not a perfect person. And my colleagues and people that I really admire, they are such professionals, and they hold themselves at this higher standard that, like, y'all, I feel like a ratchet ass hoe. Like, I'm just gonna be real with you. Like, I'm like, man, I have all these inner demons. I have all this, like, past and, like, still these insecurities that I have about myself. And I don't pretend to know all the answers because I don't. And so, like, why would I pretend to be something I'm not? So I didn't really resonate with, like, other top coaches, but seeing someone like Amy was very, very inspiring to me. So once I had my aha moment, I started making dream boards. I started dreaming bigger. I started to believe in myself again. And so these are the tips that I have for you if you're still watching this. Is if you need to get your ass back on track, number one, get plugged in back into the community. Start listening to your national wake-up calls. Start watching videos like this, watching things on YouTube that from top coaches, you know, just to kind of get your mojo back about you. Read The Compound Effect. That's like the go-to book. If you haven't read that, you need to read that, listen to that on audio or The Slight Edge or both of them or whatever. You need something that's going to give you that perspective of working your business and being consistent, because I didn't understand that. Like, I didn't understand that for 5 years. So that would be my first thing, is get into personal development. Look at the business activity tracker. Get back in your back office. Start looking at your daily to-dos. And if you don't know the 3 vital behaviors, woo, baby girl, baby boy, whatever, whoever's watching this, like, it's time to get plugged back in. You know, the 3 vital behaviors: invite, invite, invite. That means start talking to people. And I don't mean like the skeezy, like, hey, you want to join my challenge group kind of way. I mean, just have some conversations with people you haven't talked to in a while. Just see what's new with them. Don't ask them how they are. Like, how are you? Oh, I'm good. How are you? Like, whatever. We say that same thing to everybody. Ask them what's new in their life. Tell them you were thinking about them, and just form them. Ask them about their family, what they do for work, what they've been doing for fun, and you'll get to a point where you start rebuilding rapport with people that, you know, are acquaintances, old friends, old coworkers, whatever. And then when you finally announce, because this is what I did when I restarted my business, I announced I was restarting my business. I was like, hey guys, I'm going to be launching my first ever accountability group. And I did it. I mean, I was like, oh, you know, I did a lot of things that I don't do anymore. Like, I don't really like to talk about program names too much, but the novelty the first time around, like, you can say what you're doing, you know, like, I wouldn't just be like, oh, I'm doing a Focus T25 group. I would explain a little bit. I would say, oh, it's a health and fitness wellness group, you know, but relaunch your business, basically. Like, relaunch your business. Get hands all on deck, and then take that 5-step invitation process in your back office and follow it to a T. Don't try to pretend. You don't know how to do it. Like, I'm just going to be real with you. Yes, I'm yelling at you. You don't know how to do it. That's why you've not done anything with your business for this many months or years. Or you quit in the past. You have, use the tools. That's like the thing I was telling myself. Do not reinvent the wheel, because I want this to be a process that I can duplicate to my future coaches. So if I'm thinking of all these elaborate ways to, like, reinvent the wheel and, like, do all these crazy things, then it's going to be unattainable for someone else. I don't want someone else on my team to look at me and be like, oh, I can't do what you're doing. Yes, you can. Yes, you can. So go through that 5-step invitation process, and then watch some YouTube videos on how to do a really great challenge group. I highly recommend Anita Myron. Anita Myron's like my nuts and bolts of the business, and so is Misfits Republic, like their whole YouTube. And then my fire, like my mojo, like my like, oh yeah, like the thing that I need like to shock me back to life, that's Amy Silverman for me. So I think that's enough because this is like 15 minutes. But if you if you like this video, will you let me know below, and I can tell you a little bit more about the things that I do. But I definitely think I needed to put this out to the universe because I have to pay it forward. You know, I had a moment where I woke up from my boring ass depressing life, and now I told my coaches that came over last night, we had kombucha in martini glasses, so classy. But I was telling them that I woke up, you know, and I decided I was worth it. And once you decide something, nothing can stop you. Nothing can stop you. So I hope this was helpful, and let me know if you want more of these, and have an amazing day.